question for the sponsor?
Ask me, I'll see if he'll yield.
Okay, let's see. Page 4, lines 18 through 21 talk about a person who inherits a firearm from a deceased person. Wondering, can someone pass on an inheritance while still alive, as we do for many other things in the property in this state?
You mean gift?
I guess it would be considered a gift.
Okay, will Representative Knight yield? I think I even know the answer to that one. But
Take a crack at it?
No, I'll let you do. You did a great job all night. I'll let you finish.
You can't gift a weapon. But if you do want to pass it down to somebody who's already alive, there are several methods within the probate laws that let you do that. The one that comes to mind, and it may not be the only one, is you can put it in trust, the trustee, and then they could be the beneficiary.
Okay, thank you for that. Can I ask
you don't need to be dead to have a trust, right? Okay.
Okay, can I ask another question, Speaker?
Sure. He will yield. Will you yield? He will yield.
Okay, so you've stated here that obviously no requirement to apply for a certificate of possession. You've mentioned it here. I heard your interview on Talk Radio where you said the same thing. The host questioned you further on that, and the question was, well, why would you need a certificate of possession at all if you can do not? You said do nothing, something to that effect. Gun owners can do nothing. So maybe you could explain that a little clearer, because from what I heard, it really wasn't clear.
So I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Well, basically, why do we need a certificate of possession at all? That was the question that the host asked you. And you really had no clear answer for that.
The voluntary certificate of possession is put in there so that any person, a law-abiding, responsible gun owner who happens to have an assault-style weapon after the ban can sleep better at night if they want to by having a document that says they're good to go. But there's no requirement you need it. Some people, I hear, the constitutional argument, the tyranny thing, all of that, they believe it in their bones. There's no way in hell am I telling the government anything about my firearms. I get that. I respect it. It's America. Have at it. But there's so many other lawful firearms owners who don't ride that road, who aren't on that horse, who just want a weapon for home defense, which the Constitution allows them to do. So if they want to be covered, they can be covered. And if someone doesn't want to be covered, they don't have to be covered.
So those people will sleep much better.
I don't know. Listen,
well, you said that.
I don't have an assault weapon, but the bill's designed to try to help give people peace of mind. Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. If I could just finish up, Mr. Speaker, with some thoughts. I'm going to run down a list very quickly. I'm not going to dive into any of them too deep. Many things that weren't mentioned.
You got 1 minute and 15 seconds. So
oh boy.
Choice.
Okay, so we're stripping away Second Amendment rights here while we all enjoy the protection of the Capitol Police, thankfully. We are on the threshold of a yearly Gatsby celebration that's touted as such a great event, and we are the first before Boston, and it's such a wonderful thing. Everybody, let's just go, let's party, let's have a great time. What we don't realize, what nobody's saying, is that this event happened for a reason, and this is the reason. The disrespect to the Second Amendment community, off the charts. It was mentioned before, putting police in a bad situation, but it wasn't said that law enforcement will be asked to enforce this unconstitutional. Thank you. It wasn't said that law enforcement will be asked to enforce this unconstitutional bill by the same people who wish to defund you police. WPRI put out a poll, and WPRI is not a bastion of conservative news. They put out a poll where 59% of Rhode Islanders do not support this. Finishing up quickly, it was said earlier that this will pass constitutional muster, and I would think that this is going to pass constitutional muster as good as our tolling legislation did, which is still costing Rhode Islanders dearly. I actually agree with Rep. Sanchez's thoughts about the current administration, although not exactly like he does. I mean, his thought process is correct, but I don't agree with his, assessment of the administration. Our president has been called the worst possible things that you can call anyone. I mean, including a Nazi. Why would anyone give up their gun rights to a Nazi?
All right, just a moment, please. There was several point of orders. I'll go to Chairwoman Elzate first.
Talking about the president has nothing to do with this legislation. It's not germane to the legislation. Please stick to the bill. Only talk about what's in the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. You are correct. Do you have another point of order or no? Same point of order. So, Representative Quattrocchi, I'm going to limit you to just the bill. There is nothing about President Trump in this bill, and there's nothing about Nazism in this bill. So please limit your comments to the bill.
Okay. I mean, I was addressing Representative Sanchez's comments.
Well, Representative Sanchez is more than capable of addressing his own.
Okay.
I suggest you stick to your comments, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Please, please. I know it's getting late. I know it's hot. We have very little lights left. I would ask everybody to indulge patience. Let Representative Quattrocchi finish, and I have one other light after that. I will address, I have the camera, I will address that, but everyone needs to I agree. Leader Chippendale, if there's an issue, please let me know, and I'll address decorum. It's not to bang your desk. Representative Quattrocchi, please continue. You have exactly 3 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Okay. No need for all of it. Thank you. We would actually rather violate our oaths of office, infringing on our constituents' constitutional rights, than actually banning violent video games.
Point of order, Speaker.
What's the point of order?
Ask that you exercise your duties under Rule 1 and ask Representative O'Brien to sit down and stop talking while another member is addressing this body.
I can't ask him to sit, but I can't ask him to maintain decorum. And please stop the chatter. Everybody, I will tell you what will happen. We'll go back and forth, and we'll continue to be here. We are at the end of a 4-hour and 45-minute debate. If you all want to stay here and debate these little minutia points, we can stay all night. But I have, believe it or not, real work to do with legislation and a whole staff waiting to see me upstairs. So what I would ask is everybody on both sides, on all sides, to respect each other, to let members, however objectionable the message may be, let them finish their comments. If it goes off germane, you make your point of order to me, not to each other. If there's too much chatter, you make a point of order, I will bang the gavel. Thank you. You have 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay, thank you again. Lastly, if anyone in this room thinks that these red orange shirts are going away, that this is it, you're sadly mistaken. The Lieutenant Governor herself publicly said she wants all guns out of Rhode Island. And that's the sentiment of this group. Communists don't go away.
Please state your point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I believe the representative has veered off of the bill once again and is instead really, I'll leave my point of order there. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Quattrocchi, respectfully, the Lieutenant Governor's belief is not germane to this bill. Talk about the bill. Stay on the bill. You can say whatever you feel about the bill, whatever you want about the bill, but talking about another elected official who's not part of this member's position of bill is really not germane. So please stay on the bill.
Her name's on the bill?
I don't know. Is her name on the bill?
Okay, so anyways, finishing up on this bill is just one giant dog turd sandwich. Thank you.